The great British coin hunt, we got what you want. We got gold and silver, seems everyone's a winner. It's so elementary, you get one free entry. Every single raffle, make your collection dazzle. TGBCHraffle.com, TGBCHraffle.com.
All.coms. Hello. Hello, one and all. Live chat, live chat. Perfect. Perfect. Stick him up there. Make sure there's nothing in the background that shouldn't be there. Stick that up there. There's Chris Dyer. Hello, Chris. We haven't come in to do much, actually. We've just come on. Chris has a bit of time. I've got an hour or two, so just thought I'd pop on. What I'm actually doing is sheeting up coins. So if there's nobody to talk to, that doesn't bother me. Chris can sit there having a cup of tea, and I can just sit here sheeting up some coins. Hello, Lady Robin. Hello, Lorna. Nice to see you. And what we're going to do is, just in case anybody fancies buying some Super Wheel spins, any £30 purchases of the Super Wheel spins will come with a multiplier. And because we've got time and we're not rushed, you can have a choice when you buy those spins. So supposing you buy 2 spins or 5 spins or whatever, you can have the choice straight away. You can say to me whether you want an individual multiplier, that is, have a spin, see what your prize is, then do the multiplier, or whether or not you just want to spin the multiplier once for all your spins. So you can even do that, because we just got a little bit of time on our hands today to be able to do it. And I'm ordering some more of those novelty 50p's. So what I like to do is try and raise the money to do a job on its own, as it were. So the money that we get today will go towards that. Who else we got? Hello, Glenn. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Glenn Miles, Philip Chandler. Nice to see you too, mate. Looks wrong. Banner and bright light missing. Banner. Ah. All right then. I'm with you. Is it better if I do that? I'll come over this side. I was only over there because of laziness, really, because it was easier for me to sheet up over there. But I can move. So we put the laptop over there on the side. So I've got the laptop open. I can see if anybody, and plus you'll tell me as well. If you place an order, you'll tell me. Put the scales up there. I'm up to date with most of the picking, most of it. Not all the packing, but most of the picking. I've got a few to pick from Friday. I'm up to date on all the others. And as you can see, I tend to take up space on my floor. So that pile of trays has all got an envelope in for someone, and then, you know, down there. So you can see they're all getting ready to go out. And there's a load that's already been sent out as well. So some of you should be getting some packages through the post. Just a quick hello, says Phil. work later. I always feel sorry for someone that's got to work when I haven't got to. She's that bright light is a pain in the arse though. That might be better. And I'll tell you what I'm sheeting up as well. So I'm just doing a few other bits and pieces, bit of sheeting up of coins. Now this one is going to be, so far this one has got on it an Isle of Man pound coin. Virtually everything on here is uncirculated. The only thing that might not be uncirculated will be the Isle of Man pound coin. It's one of the old ones. Some of them are, some of them ain't. But it will go as an uncirculated sheet. And along the top, we've got an Isle of Man pound coin, 2 Isle of Man 50p's, one of them is a 2017 Ram, an Isle of Man penny, and an Isle of Man £2, which is a 2017 one with the castle and the bird on it. And then 3 20p's on the next row, all uncirculated, and 2 5p's on the second row, there and there, and an uncirculated so far 1980 half p. So I've got 10 Isle of Man uncirculated. I'm going to put in some UK ones here, maybe some Falklands Island, whatever else I've got that's uncirculated. And then this one, these are going to have the same on it. So we're going to have 5 half p's uncirculated, 5, and they're all the same date, 5 5p's Isle of Man uncirculated, and it'll have 5 of something else, 5 of something else, 5 of something else, 5 of something else. Because some people, they have more than, you know, they want more than one for their family, etc., or want the rest to sell on. Hi Ian, must tell you this, I found a Celtic gold quarter state, Cunno Belling of Kent, really beautiful condition, just saying, as I'm so excited, my best metal detecting find so far. Oh wow, a Celtic gold quarter. Ooh, that'd be interesting, and it's in really good condition as well. Wow, it's amazing. You know, a coin can be stuck in the ground for like 100 years or 200 years or whatever it is, and you bring it out and it's brilliant. See you later, Phil. Make sure you're on live chat. And what I'm going to do is, because we have got things on the wheel that you might not be too impressed at winning, like for example, guesses. No one wants to pay 30 quid and win a load of guesses, do they? So what I'll do is, if you happen to win guesses, if you buy the spin for 30 quid and you happen to win guesses, even with the multiplier wheel, whatever you get guesses wise, whatever you finish up with, I'll double. So supposing, for example, just to make it clear, so supposing, for example, you win the worst one, which is 25 guesses. Oh, look at that, I've gone and put 2 lots in there. That's because I'm chatting. Supposing you win the lowest amount of guesses is 25, right? So supposing you win 25 guesses, and then we spin the multiplier wheel, and supposing it lands on, I don't know, 10 times. Then what you'll get is 10 times 25, which will be 250, and then I'll double that to 500. So if you happen to win guesses with your 30 quid, I will double it, which gives you an extra special chance, if you like, gives you a bit of an advantage of guessing the right number to win that hero set. You know, so even if you win what could be classed as the worst prize, so to speak, you'll you could still end up with one of the best prizes. See what I mean? I like to try and be fair. And I think Lady Robbins has just got one. Somebody has. Let's have a little look. Orders. Somebody's gone straight in there to have a little dabble. What's the weather like over there, Lady Robbins? We just seem to be having nothing but either snow or rain over here. Had some terrible floods over here as well. Some people have been right flooded out. It's been really bad. What's that? Oh, let's just borrow that in case a policeman comes. Borrow that out of there. I always say that. Just borrow that in case a policeman comes. I used to say that when I was playing cards. Oh, I'll just borrow that one in case a policeman comes. 5 of those. I'm not streaming through Facebook. I can't do the both. Can't do sheeting coins, talk to you, and stream to Facebook all at the same time. And I've got a bit of a problem on Facebook. You wouldn't believe it, right? And again, it's been caused by other people. I've gone on there this morning. I've shared 2 posts. The Great British Coin Hunt on Facebook. That's my page. I set that up. That's my page. I shared 2 posts. Not shared. I put 2 posts on it, which was a couple of the coins that we've got. I then went to put a 3rd one on it. Unblocked. That's all I did. A couple of posts. Bang. Blocked. The only thing I'm not blocked from is putting a post on my personal profile. My own pages, Great British Coin Hunt, Ian Lambert blog page, blocked. And yet I haven't been doing oversharing or anything like that. So I'm a little bit, my nose is a bit put out of joint there, really. I think, well, that's a bit cheeky. So I think we're going to have a spin in a second, Chris, if you can get the multiplier ready and the prize wheel ready. Just chuck these in there. Ian, I purchased a spin. Yes, it did. But I was just making sure that we understand what we're doing with the spins. Okay, let's just come in here. So we've got a spin for Lady Robbins, £30. So she's going to get a minimum of 3 times whatever she lands on. I have to print it out this way. What she landed on got me attention off while I'm printing off Lady Robbins' receipt to put in her parcel. 10 Commonwealth. So she has a minimum of 30 Commonwealth. Good luck, Lady Robbins. Go on, it added 10. Have we had anybody with 10 times yet? I don't think we have. Come on. So you ought to will it in for her. So you all ought to be going, go on, go on, go on. All could be a 5. Oh, get past that 3. Get in. Oh. 3 times. So we have 30. Commonwealth for Lady Robbins. 30 times. Now I reckon that they would go out at probably around $3 each, $2 or $3 each, maybe 4 or 5 with postage. I'm not too sure how much postage is over there. Now where am I going to put these whilst I do them? Oh yes. I haven't finished off Friday's picking yet. I've done most of them. Well, I've done about half of them. And I've found a load of odd coins. And I thought I'd just chuck these in as random coins, see where we go. Get a sheet of five of those in there, and being sure the first one, Lady Robbins, what I'm going to do is I'm just bunging a sheet together here of just random coins, 30 coins. Just I'm trying to have a bit of a tidy up in the garage, and so I'm going to chuck this in with it, so you won this as well, just to give you a little something extra. Enjoy the first one. I end up with loads of little bags of different coins all over the place, and they just all need sorting out and tidying up. Take that out of there. This one. This is another different one. See, look, little bag of something I end up with. And I don't have the time anymore to sort these out, so it's a lot easier for me to just put them in parcels. So what we're going to do is give you no notification yet either. You'll have an email, so I would check your junk, because you'll have the paperwork that I print off and send you is exactly the same paperwork that you get emailed. I don't know why I bother actually, because all I'm doing is giving everybody a copy of what it is that they've got on their own thingy. But I'm going to put that with yours, Lady Robbins, and you'll have that one and the plus and coin sheet. See what's over there. Extra bags, dropping things again, all over the place. I try to keep a bit tidy, but it's a mess all over the place. Processing completed. Update. That one goes with those. Easy. So how is everybody? Is everybody well? Yeah, I'll check junk folder. It'll be in there. And when is someone going to land on another gold? We're giving who got the gold? Oh, Scott won a gold, didn't he, on Friday? I didn't even get a chance to see it because I was on the phone sorting out some other bits and pieces. Ended up being on the phone for 2 or 3 hours. Let's do another random sheet. These sheets come in a packet like that. And I found, just open it by cutting off the edge. You can use that for posting. Gives you a free posting bag. And some of you get like a plastic bag with the sheets in, with the coins in. This is where I get them from. Have a bit of useless information. Being as I've got some extra coins here, I'm not saying these are particularly valuable or anything like that, but they're coins at the end of the day. And I've always worked on the principle, these are a bit dirty, I've always worked on the principle that any coin, no matter what it is, be it a 1 cent or apart from the penny, the English penny, only because we have so many of them. But if I was in a different country, I would take a different viewpoint. But for other country coins, no matter what they are, 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, whatever, they're all worth 2 or 3 quid each. Because everybody wants one to finish their collection type thing. So I've got some, how many of these? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 17 coins here that ain't in the best of condition. They can be cleaned. One way of doing it is to, on dirty coins, if they're not valuable coins, because obviously they say don't clean valuable coins, they say, don't they? But if a coin ain't valuable, I mean, like what Glenn said that he found, you know, you wouldn't touch that no matter how good a condition or how dirty it was. Glenn would probably tell you that. You wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. You know, you'd sort of gently brush it or whatever up with a soft thingy, but you wouldn't clean it. Whereas ordinarily generic coins, don't matter, does it? You know, tomato sauce, salt and vinegar. Tomato sauce does it, salt and vinegar does it. Anyway, so what's that? 5, 10, 15, 17. And then I've got some other coins here. I'm just going to chuck in. So if we have another taker, then whatever they win, they can get this sheet on top. That's what we'll do. If anybody wins, if anybody has a £30 go, they will get this sheet on top of whatever it is that they win. Like I say, it's not a particularly valuable sheet. Some of them ain't dirty. Not all of them are dirty. I'll show it to you in a sec. So there you go, that's a sheet. And I got a big bundle of, I had a load of coins that were, I don't even know, like condition wise, I've got a big bundle, I've got 100 sheets done. I've got, my neighbour did it for me, and I had some bags of coins, and I said to him, do you know what, don't even bother sorting them out, just sheet them up. Whatever's in there, just sheet it up. Doesn't matter if it's the same coin that's in there twice, just sheet it up, doesn't matter. And anyway, and as I was looking, I noticed one of them, there was a Jersey Fruitney bit, I think it was, old one. That's got to be 50, 60 years old. And it was in spanking condition as well, so I don't suppose every single coin out of that lot was in knackered condition. A lot of them are knackered condition, need cleaning and sorting out, but not particular, you know, I don't suppose every coin is. And there will be some good coins out there. I just can't be asked to sort them out. And I'm not going to pay someone to sort them out. So they just needed, what's 100 sheets times 30? That's 3,000 coins. I just ain't got the time. I ain't going to pay anybody to sort them out. So there could be old coins there, good coins, shit coins, who knows. but we will stick an extra one on of either the ones that I'm doing now or one of them, whatever. We'll stick one on with whatever prize anybody wins. So the spins are, so the spins are, 5 of those in, £30 each. You get 5 spins for 150, and if you buy 5 spins, I'll give you 6. And if you're a gold member anywhere, I'll give you 7. And obviously, if you're a team member, you'll get an 8. Can't not do that for the team members, can I? Just in case. So I'll mention it just in case. And on top of that, for each one, I'll give you one of these crappier sheets. We'll call it a crappy sheet, even though they may not all be crappy. But you know, let's just call it what it is and say it's a crappy sheet, just in case. If you think you're getting a crappy sheet and you get a sheet that ain't crappy, you're over the moon. Whereas if I was to say, oh, it's a really good sheet, and you get it and you think, no, that's a bit crappy, then you're not over the moon. You know, you're the opposite. But that's what we'll do. So, and like I say, I've got 100 of these sheets done where I haven't checked them. I have no idea what's in them. Could be crap in there, could be good stuff in there, could be a mixture in there, dirty in there, clean in there. Whatever, doesn't matter. So with those ones, I will put, we've got 2 done. I mean, that one doesn't look crappy, does it? You know, there's no dirty there on that one. Whereas on that one, like the top half, look a bit on the dirty side. Do you know what I mean? So, and I'm, you know, I ain't got time to look, I ain't got time to check. And you might think, well, why didn't you take that footly bit out for Jersey? Because that would make a good coin. It would, but it means I've got a fifth and fat about, and I can't be bothered. I ain't got the time. Oh no, I missed it. How did I do? You got 30 Commonwealth coins, Lady Robbins, and I'm going to put one of these in as well. So I've just been talking about sheeting up some odd coins that that may or may not be good or whatever. But I need to just use them up, really. So these are uncirculated. These are uncirculated RPs. I'll use some of these as well. So, you'll get an extra sheet of coins. So what you've won is 30 Commonwealth. So that's a sheet of Commonwealth. And I'm going to throw in one of these others as well for you, Lady Robbins. And anybody else that that decides to go for the £30 spins today, I'm going to chuck in an extra sheet of coins that I'm calling a crap sheet of coins. That's what I'm going to call them, crap sheet of coins. They may be, they may not be. You get them your end. One person's rubbish is another person's treasure, isn't it? You might get them your end and go, actually, they weren't crappy and bonus. But I'm going to throw them in as an extra with every win. So whatever you win, you'll get whatever you win, plus you'll get a crap sheet of coins. I mean, what's this one here? What are these? Oh, some more Isle of Man uncirculated 5p. I wouldn't call them crap. They're worth, uncirculated, they're worth £3 each. But we need to just fill these sheets up. So, and they're odd ones. I don't know why they're left over, but they are. So they can go in as well. So, yeah. That's a bit of Germany. Is that Germany? Yeah, that's a bit of Germany. A bit of Germany as well. I'm just going to sit here and sheet up. So let's have a stick a line of Germany in there. See if we can't find something else as well in a minute. Something else is different. So I've got 5 of them. So you know, I'm not even checking the dates. What's this one? Oh, they're American 1 cents. I didn't think I had any more left of those. So we'll chuck those in. Some of them are quite nice, but see, so what's this one got on it? So this one's got 5 uncirculated 1980 half P's. Pesetas, something I can't read because it's too small. It's got some Isle of Man 5P's, uncirculated, some Germany and some American. That's it. So it should make it worth your while on having a go. And what we'll also do is, sometimes what you guys do is you'll have a go, and you might have another go, right? And then, so then what I say to you is, look, we're in the same show, so if you have a couple more to get up to your 5, then I'll give you the bonus still. Do you know what I mean? So by way of explaining that, Lady Robin's just had a go, and so if she ends up having another 4, just saying, using you as an example, I'm not pushing you to do it, I'm just using you as an example. So if she was to have another 4 during the show, that would be 5, therefore she'd get a bonus, or bonuses. And she has had another go. Hey. But I will say, don't spend more than you can afford to everybody. I mean, there's no 2 ways about it. We all know by now, any spare money is always better off in my pocket than it is in yours. We know this. But at the same time, I don't want you spending more than you can afford. So, 82, 83 pennies, archers and transitional years. That's interesting. You should write that down, some of you that have got American coins. 1982 and 1983 US pennies are transitional years, says Lady Robbins, and they made mistakes on letting some coppers get through. So you want to check your sheets of American coins that you get off me to see whether or not you've got any of those. Lady Robbins just had another go, and every single prize that we do today will come with one of these crap sheets. Gotta say, I'm going to call it a crap sheet, but it may not be. Well, it's not that much of a crap sheet because you've got 10 uncirculated coins on here at the minute. So it ain't that bad. Hello, Katie Donaldson. How are you, my darling? What's for you? Nice to see you. Oh, that's another sheet. That's another sheet. That ain't too bad. I don't have many dirty ones on there. On that one, you've got 5 Spain. What is that? What is that coin? Let's see. It is so small. Can't see what it is. RSP. Oh, it's some kind of Spanish coin, these little tiny ones. So you've got 5 of them, 5 of them. They're uncirculated. Germany, they're uncirculated. And America. So just out of those and those, 10 coins, 2 to 3 quid each. That's your money back straight away, no matter what you win. God, I've got too many sheets to go through. You and Chris. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised you've got any room left in your cupboards. Another one. It's handy just getting rid of these extra coins, you know, because they're just in the way. I was trying to tidy the shelf up this morning, come across all these heart-filled bags. Oh, no, let's get rid of them. So we've got another spin for Lady Robbins whenever you're ready with the multiplier. Let's hope she gets more than 3 times on this one. Good luck, Lady Robbins. Check US pennies, always weigh them. Zinc weighs 2.5, copper 3.1. 1982 they went to zinc, so any coppers found are worth around $1,000 US, depending on the condition. Wow. $1,000 for an 82 1-cent coin. What we got, what we got, what we got. $25 guesses. So whatever you win on this, we will double it. And remember, Derek won his bunce set on the guesses that he won. Bunce 2009 set, which is on its way now to him. He should have that by now. Well, at least that's a bit better. Mind you, you'd have liked to have got a silver and hit 5 times, wouldn't you, Lady Robbins? 5 times. 25 times 5 is 125. And we will double that for you. So you've got 250 quid's worth of guesses for your 30 quid. Because the guesses are £1 each, which you can buy if you just want to buy a guess. Well, can't buy a guess, you have to buy 5 is the minimum, but you can buy 5 guesses for a £5 over on payhip.com/Ian. So that's 250 quid's worth of guesses that you've won there for the 30 quid. Let's just print off that receipt. Then I can write on it. Copy. And you also get another sheet of these. Just to make it worth your while. So you still end up with a sheet of coins of some description, as well as £250 worth of guesses. I want to make it worth your while coming on and joining me this afternoon. Even if you win what's essentially classed as a booby prize, I still want it to be worth your while. So £30. To get the multiplier, you have to buy the £30 spins. You can't have the multiplier on a £10 spin. So what we're going to do is we're going to go. So that was 250 guesses plus sheet of random coins. Should have written that. And let's give you one of these that we've just done. I'll give you one of those. Right, Lady Robbins. which has got the 5 1980 uncirculated and the 5 Isle of Man uncirculated. You should be able to get your money back just selling those 10. And still make a profit with any luck. Oh look, Peter Rabbit popped up to say hi on the... Oh, he did. Yep. All right then. Are you done now? That's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want another one. What's that? I found some others. What are these? Hmm? See, even with glasses, you know. Singapore. Okay, so we'll add 5 Singapores. 4, 5. So watch the playbacks later. Give yourself something to do later on. So you can have one of these sheets with every prize win. So that's 2 Lady Robins ads, and again, using Lady Robins as an example. She's bought 2. If she were to buy another 3, that would be 5. She'd get her extra 2. If it's all in the same show. How's the house coming along, Katie? You're moving into that shortly, won't you? I've been trying to win a James Bond coin everywhere, no luck yet. I think we've got James Bond on the wheel, haven't we? Got a couple of James Bonds on the wheel. If you end up winning a James Bond coin on the wheel and you win more than one, instead of giving you the same one, I'll get you different ones. Just done that one twice. What a wally. We've got the other 2 coins listed now. Some of you might not know that. So there's a wanted coin for Ian Glenn. That tickles me, that does. I don't think he'll like that. Someone said to me this morning, "You sure you're allowed to do that, Ian? Won't you get in trouble?" And I think, well, what's the worst thing he can do? Sue me. And then we end up in court, which is exactly where I want to be. So I don't really mind. Hello, Kian. Yes, says Chris, 007 is on the wheel. Oh, look at that. Thank you, thank you. Cups of tea, that's what we want, cups of tea. a lot of smoke, isn't it? Just a little look. If I could, Lorna, I would, my darling. There you go. There's the coins Chris is showing you. He's showing you the design on the coins. So you've got the John and Casper coin. Oh, that's on its way, by the way. I got a notification through yesterday to say that that's been posted. So it'd be interesting to see how long it take to get here after I get the notification to say they've been posted. So John and Casper is on its way, and here are the Ian Glenn one. And the I survived coronavirus, and all I got was this lousy coin. Got that one as well. Also on the 1982, it has a big date and a small date penny out there. This is the American 1 cent. If you find a decent small date copper 1982, you're in like Flint. As high as $15,000 so far. Wow. They're coins worth looking at, aren't they? So that was the coins that we've got. Chris just showed you. They're all $2.95 each, and that voucher that I give out for the wholesale voucher, if you buy 50 or more, get 25% off. You can mix them. You can mix and match the coins up. Ostrich, that's an old one. It's 5 there. Yeah, it's 5 there. So, if you fancy taking on the wheel and the multiplier, £30 a spin. 5 spins, 150. If you buy 5, you'll get 6. If you're a gold member anywhere, you'll get 7. And obviously, if you're a team member, you'll get 8. And you get a guaranteed sheet of coins with every prize. As well as, if you end up getting guesses like Lady Robbins did, I'll double the guesses and still give you a sheet of coins. Because we can do things like that in our own little exclusive club, can't we? We can have a little play around with it, see what works, what doesn't, use you as guinea pigs. Obviously, only if you can afford it. Yes, I want you to spank your credit card, but of course, only if you can afford it. And only if you've got space. You know. Singapore. Sometimes I don't. Let's try and cut that. Yeah, alright, we'll have to cook. I have to put 2 in the pocket because 2 pockets I can't open. So we've got 2 in there, 2 in there. So this sheet's got 31 on it. It's a bit fairer, isn't it? So perhaps if you see that Ian Glenn one on Facebook, you might share it for us. Be nice to get that out there. Find a way of getting that to him. I've got over about 10,000 US pennies to go through at some point. Pulled out over 60 Indian heads so far and about 90 steel. Wow, that's a lot. Getting harder to buy the older pennies in America. Atmex also stopped selling silver today for whatever reason. Just got the email. Reddit stock problems here. I got an email from the Royal Mint, some of you might have got it, saying that the price of silver's just gone up worldwide, apparently. So silver coins are becoming a little bit more valuable. The gold price has gone up as well. Scrap gold price has gone up. And of course, whenever the scrap gold price goes up, your gold coins value will go up. Shared it on the TGB sales page. Thank you, Lorna. Can't believe it won't let me share to my own page. I think that's outrageous. I'll have a little look at the county court option, see whether or not I can take out a court thing just based on that, not for any money, but just based on that, to get them into court to say, oi, take me off your block list. Buggers. Some of these things are falling, they look like uncirculated. Look at that, shining. There's the link to buy the Super Wheel spins. Thank you, Katie. So if you've got a little bit of room on your credit card, good time to give it a spanking. It's a hard time to get people to spend 150 quid though, isn't it? I mean, money is tight and all of that. On the other hand, if the news is anything to go by, a lot of you have been saving a bit of money because you ain't been spending it on clothing. Apparently, people have stopped buying so much clothing because they're not going anywhere. They're not going out to dinner. They're not going out to a party, whatever. So they've stopped buying clothing, and instead of buying clothing, they've been buying things like onesies and loungeabout stuffs. Therefore, saving money because the industry as a whole has lost an absolute fortune. Well, if they've lost a fortune because people ain't spending, then that means that you're saving the money. And if you're saving the money, well, what better place is there to spend it than Ian? Right? Uncle Ian needs your cash. Go and check she's all right. Sounded like she just cut her finger off.
In a minute, bud. Almost done.
Love it. Where do you find these? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. No, she didn't hurt herself. She was happy. She's on the phone to her friend who she went to go up to the Forest of Dean with, and they stayed for 3 or 4 days in a lodge. And her friend has just won a competition from those people for a free holiday. So the two of them, once the lockdown is finished, will be going off for a free holiday back to the lodge. Sandy, isn't it? I think they're really neat, those things. Brilliant. I hadn't seen that one before. Life is short. Love it. Everybody got their free entries for the 2 new golds that have been put up. We've had about, how many different people have won the golds now? We've had Scott, it's won 2. Chris has won 2. Lorna's won 2. 2, 4, 6. John's won 1, 7. Ian Menham's won 2, I think. 8, 9. Lady Robbins won 2, 10, 11. Anthony Mann won 1, 12. I think that's about 12 so far. Oh no, Fran away, she can't do that to us. Yeah, I know. I'll still end up going on here. I still haven't got a gold coin in my collection yet. No, you haven't. Although you did win a big prize though, if I remember rightly. You got a, what was it you got? You got that Olympic collection. Not as good as a gold coin, but a prize not to be sniffed at. So you're looking forward to the day when you get a gold coin, aren't you? I think it'd be quite cool when we get to the day where all you lot that come into the streams regular can all say, yep, I've won one, I've got a gold coin. Wouldn't that be great? To get each and every one of you with a gold coin in your collection. That'd be... Oh, hello, my lovely. I messed up your guesses the other day. If anybody spotted that when I did Fiona's guesses, I gave the wrong number out, so I did another one to say. Oh, that reminds me, I have got some guesses if you want to get your bit of paper, Katie. Ah, that one coming through by bank transfer. Thank you, Fiona. Always helps to get a bit of bank transfer done. Just what yeah, you did say bank transfer. I didn't see that bit. All right, let's get the order printed off. Let's get that there. Just going to print off now. In a second. If you want to load it up in a second, Chris. Fiona's just bought a £30 spin with the multiplier. What I said about the, you know, doubling up the guesses and putting in one of these extra sheets of coins all the way through whilst we're live today. I don't suppose we'll be live for that long. What we got? Oh, that could be expensive. Get over onto that snowman coin. Go on. Ooh. 10, 50. Oh, this could be expensive. 10 times 50p coins. So she's got at least 30 of them. And 2 sheet crap coins. Which is one of these that I'm doing here. Oh, this is when I don't want to get a 10. Ooh. Yeah, just stop that on that 3 there, just in the middle. Yeah, that one there. No, stop, go back. Ouch. We have 40 50p coins. Well done, Fiona. Plus one of these sheets. That's the one on the top, so I'll give you that one. That's also got 5 uncirculated halfpennies in it, and it's also got, has it got the other one? I imagine you'll want one that's got 5 uncirculated Isle of Man in it, so I'll give you another one. Where are they? Yeah. Give you that one there. 5 Spain, 5 tiny Spain, 5 uncirculated halfpennies, some Germany, 5 uncirculated Isle of Man, 5 American, and you want 1982. So we'll put that with that, and 40 50p coins. Well done, Fiona. Bloody well done. Don't know how far you was away from gold. I didn't see the gold then. Did you see it, Chris? Anybody else? I didn't see it. But yes, you're due one as well, aren't you? And I think it's only a matter of time before everybody gets one. That's the way we want to do it. That bag's nearly finished. And 5. Anybody else fancy a go? Jump in. We have room in the queue. No gold showing. Which means when he says that no gold showing, what he means is not showing on the wheel where it stopped. They are on there. There's 2 of them on there. what he means is it's not showing on the screen in front of us. So links there from Katie. Thank you, Katie. If you want to buy your Super Wheel spin. I think that was a pretty good spin for Fiona. Can't go wrong with that. 40, 50p coins, which is £20 in face value. And if you just put them up for £2 each, you've got 80 quid back. £3 each, 120. Plus, you've got these sheet of coins as well. So I'll do a video and show you in my garage another day. I've got sheets of coins. So many sheets of coins done, ready. So many going out. If we get it right, what happens is you have a go, and then you might have another go. I prefer it when someone has a really good spin, because then that entices you to come back and have another spin. Who got 5 this week? I think it was Chris, wasn't it, Chris? It was you, wasn't it? You had 2 spins earlier on in the week, and we put the multiplier on, and you got 5 times, if I remember rightly. That's £30 for 1, 150 for 5. If you take the plunge and have 5, I'll give you 6. And if you're a gold member anywhere, that's YouTube, Patreon. And actually, if you're not a gold member, right, it's actually in your interest to go, hang on a minute, let me do the maths. I'll just quickly upgrade my YouTube to gold. That's the cheapest option, because then you get an extra £30 spin. If you see what I mean. So it's actually in your interest, if you are a member, to upgrade it to gold, and if you're not a member, to whack on a gold, because a £30 spin will pay for nearly 2 months of gold membership, won't it? When you think about it. Are they gold 50p's? No, not exactly. But they're likely to be new ones, uncirculated ones. And as it happens, I've got some Brexit and some Sherlock, pardon me, uncirculated. So I might give you those, which I know are sellers on eBay. They're selling. And we're also in the process of getting the domain pages, getting a landing page for each domain page. That's why I did, in case you're wondering, that's why I did the video. I was messing about with some videos yesterday, and the titles say, if you buy a membership in this domain. And you're probably looking at the video going, what's he talking about? Buy a membership in this domain. He ain't said what domain. That's because that video is going to be going on to all of the domain pages, so that when somebody comes along and watches the video, it says to them, buy a membership in this domain, which is the domain that they're on looking at the video, if you see what I mean. Sherlock is my favourite coin. Is it really? I saw a couple of gold coins that had been listed on eBay this morning. £1,500 each. 1,500 quid. I didn't think they were particularly spanking, but you know, maybe the gold price is going up more and more. We've certainly got a recession coming. We've certainly got that's going to be happening. So that might send the gold price up a bit, and silver. Commodity prices up. Another little bit to remind you of is if anybody has got time on their hands and they want to do a bit of exercise. If you deliver a box of 5,000 leaflets, I'll give you £500 to spend on memberships. So and that works out at £100 a thousand. And considering the going rate is about 45, 50 quid a thousand, it's not bad. But it's got to be a box of 5,000 because it costs exactly the same to deliver a box of 5,000 as it does to deliver 2,500. Really. We'll need a reinforced floor for storing all these coins. You will, especially if you've got if you're upstairs. It's not so bad for me because I've got the ground floor. I don't put my coins upstairs. They're too heavy. My landlord will kill me. The ceiling caved in. That one. That one. That one. Going nuts. Quite rightly so. So I've got my weight on the ground floor, generally on bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll have to. Which we'll put in there. Put another row of them in there. Put another row of those uncirculated. Easy. Just to fill the sheet up. Now, I've done quite a few sheets since I'm just sitting here talking to you. Some more Singapore in there. That one. I've done all them since I've been talking to you. Just sitting here talking to you. Ian, read the guesses for Katie. Oh yeah, thank you. Right, so Mr. Derek has got some guesses. So the guesses are you ready? Bum, 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 bum. So the guesses are 677, 1,925, up to and including 1,938. 1925 up to 1938. Then we have 1946 and 1947. Easy, wasn't it? Next we have 1952 to 1959. 1952 to 1959. All not correct. Next we have 7,500 to 7,506. 7500 to 7506. And then we have 7532 up to and including 7540. 7,532 up to 7,540. That's it. No one else has given me any guesses. Is there anybody watching? Oh, 1 minute. I haven't put Lady Robbins's down. So, Lady Robbins. Cool, I nearly missed that. Lady Robbins, 250 she's got. So if any of these people are watching, Chris, you've got 117 to use up, by the way. 117 you've got. Mix, and if any of these people are watching, Mick Smith 204, Calvin Lambert 117, Michael Bloxham you've got 39, Kieran Elms you've got 78, Robert Barnes you've got 50, Doreen Ball you've got 50, Andy Walton you've got 39, Colin Heath you've got 39, Bruce Coombs you've got 117, 117, Chris Dyer 117, Kian Regan, you're watching, you've got 39, Bob Maguire's got 50, and Lady Robbins has 250. So, don't need to do any more sheets for now. Put that in there. Put that one there. And there we are. So where are we? Lady Robbins had 2. Out of, what is it you get? Lady Robbins is a gold member, so you get 7. So if you was to buy 3 more, you'd get 5. And for Fiona, if you was to buy 4 more, you'd get 6. Worth a little think. If my list is right, there's 7,725 numbers still to guess. You're probably right there, and you're probably right. As a team, if you like from the Great British Coin Hunt, we don't tell people what the guesses are. We don't give people reminders or anything like that, because the bonus for me is when some of you go and guess the same numbers that you've already guessed or someone else has guessed. However, that said, privately between each other, you can do what you like. So, because that's what they did before, didn't they? So, privately between each other, if you want to share lists and all that kind of thing, you're welcome to do so. I just won't put up any lists on any of the streams simply because that's me being difficult. That's why, just me being difficult and making you work for it. But of course, privately, people can share what they like. That's fine. Another empty pot, which is handy. I like having all these empty pots. All we need now to finish off is somebody to go, bugger it, go on, I'll have 150 quid worth. That's what we need now to finish off. All those coins down here. Oh, 2, 3, and 1 done. What's this? What's this? What have I found here? What's that mean? Coupon does not exist. Oh, I see. The free go, you mean? I wonder what that was then. Yes, says Fiona. Afraid mine are upstairs. The other half thinks they're taking over the house. Have you got folders? You know, to put the sheets in and all of that. I'm running out of sheets. This is all I've got left now. I've got to buy some more. I've only got 4 packets left. I've done thousands of sheets, absolutely thousands of them. Isle of Man. Oh, they could go in there, couldn't they? They could go in that uncirculated one. We'll probably call it a day in a little while because I don't want to just keep you hanging around for nothing, but I don't mind hanging on a little bit. Chris don't mind hanging on a little bit. Just to see if we get some more. So we've got this one here that's all uncirculated. I could use that. I got these in 2012, I think it was, 2014. And I bagged them all up separate. Just to keep them nice and new. Oh, I tell you what else, if I haven't told you already, we're looking at, because as you know, I'm not going down the road of selling my coins again. Not these anyway. I'm only going to be selling the coins that we make ourselves, pretty much. I can't see that I'm going to do anything else. And the reason for that is because I've got far too many. It took me and John and other people helping me list 5 years to list all the thousands of coins we had for sale, and sometimes I think I haven't got 5 years left in me to go through all that work again. And that would be, you know, we'd have to be listing for hours every day for the next foreseeable few years. And it's just too demoralising for me. It's too much of a hurdle to get over. You know, so they beat me there because I just haven't got the oomph to do it all over again. Hence why we're doing what we're doing with the sheets of coins and that kind of stuff. So that's what I was going to say. Yeah, let's put one of these in here as well. Nice. So if somebody wins a sheet of uncirculated coins, or if they win a whole sheet of Ireland coins, as in ISLAND, then they'll get one of these, which most of the sheets, most of the coins on it are in uncirculated condition. That should be working all right now, Katie. Let's have some guesses off of Lady Robbins. Is she going to do it? If Lady Robbins wins it, it won't be cheap sending it to you because it's in a box. Let's have a look. Right, so Lady Robbins, where are we? Lady Robbins guesses. No extra 3 at the end of first. Oh yeah, because it says 3403.3. I'll ignore that .3. Okay, so Lady Robbins' guesses are, and you can write, well, you're seeing them yourself anyway, so you'll be able to write them down, but it's 3,303 to 3,403. That's 100. Not correct. Good effort. Not correct. 5,005 to 5,105. Good effort. Not correct. 6,920 to 6,970. Another good effort. Not correct. That's Lady Robbins' Day. Ian, do you have your own collection? I sort of do, but my collection is my collection has turned into a bit more specialised. What was my collection has now ended up as prizes. However, what I have kept back is I've got a collection of silver, I've got a collection of gold, and so I've got a few silver, a few gold, and I've got a few specialties, like they brought out that what's it called? Can't think of the name of it now. Mental block, like a Christmas collection with the pantomime collection. I've got one of those. So I've got a couple of sets like that. I've got a Peter Pan set in a folder, that kind of thing. But as for like individual coins, like all of this, I gave up on that. Too much space, and I haven't got the time. Because if you imagine, like, spending all day working with coins, the last thing that I want to do, and the last thing that Fran is interested in me doing, is then getting my own personal collection out over the front room or something to sort of look through it and go, oh, look at my collection. What else can I add to that? And so on. You know, I've been dealing with coins all day long, and I realised that this is not going to work for me. So so I've gone for a bit more specialist, silver and gold, really, and I want to I want that to be my collection. So I would like to build that up and have more of them, but of course they're a lot more expensive. They turn out to be a lot more expensive. But of course, you know, well worth it if you can collect them. So you end up buying less, or I end up buying less. It's not something that I add to my collection to every day or anything. I'll be, you know, once in a blue moon, I might buy myself a coin, and it might be a gold or a silver coin or whatever, and that'll be it. I'll keep that, but not that often. Still not working, Chris, says Katie. Fiona says, need time to organise, sell some of these coins, but work gets in the way. Exactly. It does, doesn't it? That's what I was going to tell you. You just reminded me, Fiona. So, what we're working on is we're working on a vendor system. So essentially, you will be able to list your coins for sale like you can on eBay on our site. And we're working on a system that's going to be free to list with a small commission. Unlike eBay, I'm not going to be charging no 10% and 20% and all of that. It will just be a small commission to make it worth your while listing them, and it will be free to list. I don't know whether or not we'll be able to put like individual shops together, you know, so you can have your own shop, and whether or not, because one of the things that I thought was a good idea was to come up with a charge and say for X amount of money as a one-off payment, a bit like eBid used to do or do, for X amount of money as a one-off payment, you pay that and then you never have any other fees, no listing fees, no final sale fees, no nothing, no shop fees, no nothing, because you've paid a one-off payment. So I might try and organise that, but what is for definite is that Harry is working on that as we speak and trying to figure out how to incorporate that so that you can list your own coins for sale without that. And when you get paid, you know, you get paid as opposed to me getting the money. I don't want a system. What I don't want is a system where you sell a coin, but someone pays me the money, a bit like Amazon. I don't like that system. I want a system where you sell the coin, the customer buys it off you on our site, but they're buying it off you and they pay you and you get the money, and it just deducts, say, a small percentage or it adds to your bill like it does on eBay, and then you pay it once a month or something like that. So that's coming. That's another thing that's coming. And that will, of course, give us a little bit more traffic on the site, because if I can make it cheap enough for people to have their own shop, then, of course, you end up, what happens is you end up as the customer advertising your shop to other people, and bringing more traffic to the site. What's that you've got there, Chris? What's he got? What's he got? That's a list of people for something. Lorna says her collection is for her retirement fund. Yeah, see, one of the things I think is a great idea for retirement is, like, if you're collecting coins now and you're thinking, well, I want to sell them in 10 years' time or whatever. Katie G, maybe because you entered some. Oh, you already entered, Katie. That's what he's showing the list for. I think that's the list of people that have got a free entry and you've already got one, so it won't let you have one. That's why it'll show up as expired. What I think is a marvellous idea, which I think the internet is great for, is you have a shop somewhere like eBay and you build your shop now, but little tiny bit by little tiny bit, without selling anything. You don't want to sell anything. In the scenario that I'm talking about, of course you do want to sell stuff under other circumstances, you know, for the people that are listening, etc. But I'm just talking about retirement money. That's all I'm talking about here. So you build a shop, you list your items for sale, but you list them for sale at an inflated price because you don't want to sell them. And the reason for listing them at an inflated price is because the one thing that you absolutely know, take any of these coins here. So you've got, what's that one? That's the RAM, Isle of Man RAM 50p, right? Now, at the moment, that coin is worth $2.95. Uncirculated condition, you're probably $3.95. I always used to add £1 if it was uncirculated. And so you're looking at $2.95 to $3.95. Now, if I was going to build a shop slowly for my retirement, and I'm looking at like selling them off in 5-10 years' time, then what I do is I list that for sale at £10. And then every time I get another one off Ian, I just add it to quantity and forget about it. And I know that I'm not going to sell any. Because the other thing is, you start building a shop and getting sales, then that eats into your time. And if you don't need the money, you don't want the sales. So it's pointless advertising them at today's prices for your retirement when you're looking at it thinking, well, this is for my retirement. You don't list it at today's prices. You list it at a price that's worth you selling, or the price it's going to go up to in, say, 10 years' time, and you take a guess. You know, it's not hard to work out. I mean, if you was to essentially look at 3 times the money, you know, so what I would look at, just as a basic rule of thumb, because we all need a rule of thumb to work to, don't we? So supposing you're looking at selling them off in 5 years' time, then whatever the price is now, double it. If you're looking at selling them off in 10 years' time, whatever the price is now, treble it. So, you know, £3.95 uncirculated coin. If I think I can keep it in uncirculated condition for 10 years, 3 times that is 12 quid. So list it for 10 or 12 quid. You know, just a little rule of thumb like that, and you absolutely can't go wrong. What will happen along the way, along the route, is that every now and again somebody will come along and just buy one, and you'll wake up one day and ching ching, oh look, I've sold that for a tenner. Oh, nice. And it's worth you taking your time then to deal with the sale. Do you know what I mean? But if on the whole you're not worried about selling because you don't need the money now, then that is the way to do it, is to build your shop on the basis that you're building it in order to start selling in 10 years' time. Because remember, at a click of a couple of buttons, you can edit 500 at a time. Is it 400, 500 listings at a time? You know, or you can mark a sale and knock 20% off. So if you decide in a year's time or 2 years' time, oh, I'm a bit skinned, I don't want to wait for my retirement, and I've listed 2,000 items, well, at the stroke of a button, you could put a sale on for 2 weeks, knock 20% off, or 30 or 40% off, whatever you want, and then you'll get sales for that couple of weeks, which will then give you the money that you need if you suddenly need a bit of money. But by doing it that way, you have your items priced out of the reach of people. It's priced up there on purpose so that they don't buy it, because you don't want them buying it. You want them buying it in 5 or 10 years' time. And if you set a shop up like that, in 5 or 10 years, you absolutely can't go wrong. I mean, with the kind of gear that you get hold of, Kian, and the kind of gear that you win, if you set your shop up on that basis, you know, everything that you've got listed, multiply it by 4, by a strength of 4, and not sell anything because you don't need the money, and therefore you're not busy wrapping and packing and dealing with all that kind of stuff. And then at some point, what happens is the marketplace catches up with the price that you've set. Suddenly, you wake up one day and you're selling these items for 4 times the price. You know, we're happy. We're going to get anyone else on this taking on the wheel this afternoon? Come on, you know you want to. What is the average price for a 2018 Silverproof Peter Rabbit in the UK? Well, are you still got yours advertised at 23, 24, 25 quid, Kian? Kian was the cheapest that I saw. He was up at 23, 24 quid, I think, which I think is not the most sensible thing to do, because you're selling it cheaper than what I bought it for, which doesn't make sense to me. But that's going for quick, easy money now. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people go for quick, easy money now. But that's a double-edged sword, you see. And I'll tell you for why in a minute. That can be a double-edged sword, and it can work against you. It will never go up to the kind of value that you'll get for a silver Stephen Hawkins or Rosalind Franklin, for example, because they made far too many of them and rinsed the market. So it will never ever be of that kind of value. But yeah, so that would be about right. So an average price would be sort of 45, 50 quid. If you're selling it for less than that, then you're going to sell it very quickly. And therefore, keeping mine aside now. Okay. If you're selling it for less than 40 quid, then what you're going to end up doing is you're going to sell it quicker because you're going for the money now, which is okay if, say, somebody is like, I don't know, say you've won a Peter Rabbit and suddenly you've got a bill or you've got a couple of them and you've got a bill or whatever and you need the money for shopping or whatever, then of course, if you need the money right now, tomorrow, then of course you need to list it for cheaper, because if you list it for cheaper, someone will come along and buy it just like that. But I wouldn't personally list them at that for less than that. Never would I list them for less than that, because you're just cutting your nose off to spite your face, and like I say, it ends up being a double-edged sword and working against you when you sell it too cheap. Because then you see what happens is you have somebody else that wins it, and they think, oh, Lady Robbins is selling hers for 35 quid. Oh, I need to sell mine for 30. And then someone else has got one and they think, oh, Lady Robbins is selling hers for 35 and Chris is selling his for 30. Oh, I need to be cheaper than them, otherwise I'm not going to sell it. So I need to sell mine for 28. And on it goes, and you end up being in competition with each other in a daft way. Now, somebody like me would come along with my experience of supply and demand and sales, and I would look at that, and I wouldn't look at it that way. It's a different mindset on how you look at it. I'd come along and look at it, and I'd go, Lady Robbins is selling hers for 35 quid. Chris is selling his for 30. Okay. But the average price is about 45, 50. Right, so I'll put mine up for 60 quid. I'm not bothered about the coin that Lady Robbins has got up for 35 quid, and I'm not bothered about the coin that Chris has got up for 30 quid, because in my head, what I understand is, yeah, someone will come along and they'll buy those coins, and when they've bought those coins, and those coins are now not up for sale, then the cheapest one is going to be 45 quid or 50 quid. And as soon as they're sold, let them sell theirs first, because I'm not needing the money that quick. So let them sell theirs first. And then when they're sold, the next cheapest one's going to be 48 quid. And when all the £48 ones are sold, the next cheapest one's going to be 50 quid, and so on. So sooner or later, the marketplace will come up to the value that I've put on that coin. So some people would come along and say, yeah, like a Q I bought one early for £50 a couple of years ago, bought one for 100. Now the average price range 250. The marketplace will catch up with the price of the coin, and every now and again it will sink because someone comes along and thinks they need to sell it cheaper. Oh, because Chris has got his advertised at £35, I must sell mine less than him, otherwise I won't sell my coin. No, there's more than 500 million members on eBay. More than that. It was 500 million members 6, 7, 8 years ago. Can't imagine. Probably closer to 750 million now, maybe even a billion. So one person comes along, looks at the glass as half full. Someone else comes along, looks at the glass as half empty. See you tomorrow, Lorna. And that's a different way of looking at things. One person looks at the glass as half empty, another one looks at it as half full. I'm a positive person, so I tend to look at the positives in as much as I can. Therefore, I look at a glass as half full. But somebody else, the same amount of fluid in the glass, will go, that's half empty. And you'll find that that is a more negative thinking person, and they will look at other things in a more negative light. So whereas you look at something and you might have be in that bracket yourself, in that you might look at something when you've gone to sell it something and gone, oh, that person's selling it for 50 quid. I have to sell mine cheaper. Well, actually that doesn't stand, because as soon as that person has sold their one, then it ain't there at that price anymore. So the next person that comes along to buy has to buy at the next price up, whether that's my price or your price or Keaton's price or someone else's price. People, unfortunately, they use eBay. They tend to look at eBay and think that there's an awful lot of people, like Lee Holt, for example, that will look at it and go, the price in an auction is the price, is the retail price. And I say, no, that's mental thinking. But people do, you know. That's not me slating the guy, because, I mean, I'd slate him anyway. I wouldn't apologise for slating him because he's a bully, but that's not me slating him. That's just using him as an example, and he is a perfect example simply because of the argument that we had between the two of us over the Mary Rose coin. You know, because he kept saying for such a long time that I was too expensive. Oh, I'll never tell anybody to buy off you because you're far too expensive, blah, blah, blah. And I'd go, well, what do you call too expensive? And I pushed him into a corner, and what he came out with was the Mary Rose coin, which was so funny. Mary Rose £2 coin. You're selling this for $12.95. Oh, that's a rip-off because there's loads available for a lot less money. And all he would prove it with was a listing for one Mary Rose coin that had an opening bid and that somebody had bid on it of £2.95. And that was him going, see, that's the retail price. That's the price you should sell it at. Why should I sell it at that? Says I. Why? Why should you or me or anybody else sell it for £2.95 just because someone else has put it in an auction at £2.95? It doesn't make sense. And as I said to him at the time, the reason there's something wrong with your way of thinking is because if you was to take that way of thinking and to its wherever you want to go with it, well, what's the next step? The next step is you go into B&Q and you start having a row with the manager. You can't charge 120 quid for that brand new lawnmower because there's one on eBay with a starting price of 35 quid. You should charge 35 quid for that. Is that what, you know? And I said to him at the time, is that what you do? Do you go around having a go at people and go in and out of shops and have a go at them because their retail price is all wrong? You can't charge £240 for that fridge freezer. Oh no, that's a rip-off, Mr. Curry's. I'm having a stand-up row in your shop because the same fridge freezer's on eBay with a starting price, brand new starting price of 48 quid. Well, it might be in a starting price of 48 quid, but it ain't going to finish at 48 quid. Not if it's a brand new item in the box, same as. But some people tend to think if somebody else has put a low starting price on an item in an auction, well, anybody else is a rip-off merchant if they're selling it dearer. No, it don't equate. What should individual stamps be listed at? So when you win these stamps off me, right, when you win these stamps off me, now you could win something like that. That's a 24p stamp. It's a new one. And sometimes you can look at them and you can see whether or not they're what's called MNH, which is mint condition, never hinged. That's what MNH means. Mint condition, never hinged. And you'll see that in people's titles and descriptions, MNH, or you'll see MH, mint condition but hinged. And mint condition and hinged is where you can see on the back that it's had that little tiny sticky hinge on it, what you use to lick so you're not licking the stamp to stick it in an album. That's a hinge. So MH is mint condition and it's been hinged. It's come out of an album. Whereas MNH is a mint condition stamp that's never been hinged and put in an album, right? And then you have unfranked. Now I found that, and this is where I get my prices from, part of it is down to eBay for small value items, because the minimum price you can sell something for on eBay in a fixed price is 99p. The system will not allow you to sell something for 50p. So even though an item might only be worth 50p, eBay system won't allow you to sell it for 50p. You have to put 2 for £1 if you want to sell it for 50p. And I cottoned onto that very quickly many years ago and realised that essentially any item that somebody else might want, even if it's worth nothing, has a minimum value of 99p. And I played around and tested that out. I put up pens that didn't work. A red pen that doesn't work, 99p. A green pen that doesn't work, 99p. And sold them. You know, now you might think, oh, that's ridiculous. That's just crazy. People bought them. Why did people buy them? I don't know. I'm not in their head. But all I know is that that's the minimum price you can sell an item for. So if somebody wants it, that's what they've got to pay. Because eBay doesn't have a facility to go, it's free. Don't let you do that because they don't make a commission out of it. If you want to give it away free, you've got to go somewhere else to do it. So you have a minimum price range of 99p. Well, so what I did with the stamps was, I thought, well, if it's been franked already, there's your minimum price, 99p, because it's already been stamped. No good to anybody as such, apart from as a filler for people that collect stamped stamps. So 99p. Well, if you're selling a stamped one for 99p, then an unfranked one that's got no frank on it at all, well, that has to be surely a bit more. So I put that up at 195. And then I put mint hinged up, because that's the next quality. So I put that up at 295. And then I put mint never hinged up at 395. So my price for a mint never hinged stamp was 395. On the basis that I'm not after selling all of them as quick as possible. I put them up on the basis that, you know, that's a 3p stamp. But if it's never been hinged, I put that up at £4, 395. And you can make an offer. And on the basis that it's a brand new stamp, and somebody out there who's got a collection of stamps and a collection of 3p stamps, but they haven't got that one, they'd be quite happy to pay £3.95 postage paid, you know. But of course, what that does is it causes a few problems with the, pardon me, the self-proclaimed, what I call the eBay police. These are the people, just like you and me, just regular people that use eBay, and they go on and they see something they don't like, and then they send the seller a load of abuse. I call them the eBay police. They think that they can dictate to people. Oh, you can't sell that for £4. That's ripping people off. It's only a 3p stamp. Yeah, it is. It's only a 3p stamp. And £4 might be a bit too much. Don't buy it then. And that's something that you can't get through to them people. You have a difficulty getting that through to them by going, look, you don't have to busy yourself with my little business. You don't like my stuff, don't buy it. If somebody out there wants to pay £4 for it, what on earth has it got to do with you? Where is that your business? If I list that for £4 and Fiona comes along and she thinks, yeah, I think I'll buy that. I haven't got that one. And I can't be asked. I know it's overpriced, but I can't be asked to go around looking for it. I've seen it. I've got £4. I'll buy it. What business is that of anybody else's? How is that anybody else's business? And that's a bit of a wind up. You know what I mean? It's like, it's nobody else's business. If the owner's happy to pay £4 and I'm selling it for £4, it's no one else's business. But you have these people come along and like, ooh, and do all that business. So that's how I developed my pricing. It started off because, quite simply, eBay, minimum price 99p. So if I'm selling that one-off stamp that's been franked, but I've managed to take it off the envelope clean, well, 99p if you want it. And therefore an unfranked one would be a little bit dearer, and so on and so forth. But of course, you know, it swings and roundabouts. It's whatever you want. On that basis, I would sell stamps every single day of the week, but I had so many different ones listed, so many different stamps listed. So yes, I will sell them at the prices I put up, and I would sell a stamp literally every day of the week. We would have a sale of a stamp come through, or two, or whatever. But if I wanted to sell 20 stamps a day, well then yes, you need to reduce your prices here. You know, £4's a bit too much. People, you ain't going to get 20 people a day pay £4 each. You might get one, but you're not going to get everybody. If you want to get a lot more people buying your stamp, well then you make it cheaper. You know, but I would never ever put up a mint never hinged stamp for 99p free postage, because I think that's a waste. You know, a complete and utter waste. You need to be in at a minimum couple of quid, is my opinion. Yes, you can go to stamp fairs, and yes, you can buy a big bulk of that same stamp for 10p each, even though it's a 3p stamp. Well, that's great. But that's the idea. You go to fairs and whatever, and you buy them, and then you take them home and you sort them out, and you take the time to list it and put it on eBay and sell them individually. You know, or use them. You can use them, because even though that's a 3p stamp, that will always be a 3p stamp. So you can use it if you want to. I just think that's a waste when you could sell it, because you could sell that for a couple of quid. So I hope that helps you there. Just having a look at the comments, see if there's anything I need to. I do not sell on eBay, enter my items in auctions or online flea markets. Yeah, I mean, that's another way to do it, you know. That's another way to do it. I mean, we had somebody, I won't mention his name because I'm not out to sort of cause a row. Well, apart from people like Lee Holt, I'm up for causing a row with them every day of the week. But for this other person, you know, I've given lots of stuff away, as you guys know. And because you can't always trust what somebody says. And this particular person was right in there when it came to the giveaways, and I would do giveaways. Who's the first person? Let's have this, let's have that, and so on. And they were always, yeah, I'll have it, I'll have it, I'll have it. But they were always like, I ain't got any money, I ain't got any money, so I can't give you $1.99 a month for your YouTube membership, and I can't afford this, and I can't afford that, you know. But I do support you, Ian, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then when I looked into them a little bit more, it's like I'm looking at what they're doing with the stuff that they're getting off me. And even though they were saying and telling you lot and telling me and telling the community, oh, I'm building my eBay shop up, you know, I'm building it, so I'm learning a lot and I want stuff for my eBay shop, etc., etc. It was all a load of lies, because what the person was doing was literally taking whatever they could get off me, off you, off other people. They were taking that and they were banging it straight in an eBay auction. Straight in an eBay auction, no messing about. And they were getting whatever they could on an eBay auction, and they didn't care what the value of the item was. They weren't building up an eBay shop. It was all porcupines, you know. And I gave that person a medal, and they sold that medal for 65 quid in an auction. And I just gave it away as a giveaway. They sold it for 65 quid, and they still couldn't afford. Oh, I can't afford to do your $1.99 a month on your YouTube money and all of this. You know, 65 quid, that would pay for like nearly 3 years of $1.99. So imagine what that person would get if they had that 199 going for 3 years on the YouTube wheel, they're bound to win loads more than that. You know, so sometimes it swings and roundabouts, and sometimes it all depends on the person. You know, but you can never take as read what somebody says necessarily, because you don't know whether someone's being straight with you or not. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you, darling. I am a lot better, thank you. Much, much better now than I was. I still got a little bit of the old runny nose a little bit, but we're both free of the virus now. And I've had a good 2 or 3 weeks of reasonable rest. I can't sit on my hands. I mean, I'm not supposed to do anything. I'm supposed to lift up this, lift up that. It's really difficult, but when I have done a bit of work, I've come in here and done a bit of work, and I might have felt a twinge. I just go, right, that's it, I'll stop it now. Because like everybody else, I don't want to die. So you have to take notice of your body, don't you? Look at that, 3:30. I think we've been on, well, that's 2 hours, isn't it, Chris? We've been on 2 hours. I think we'll call it a day there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks very much. I hope it's been interesting for some of you, and some of it's been okay, not too boring. And we'll catch up with you in the week. Monday, don't forget, that's tomorrow, 3 o'clock, all the £25 draws. Wednesday, the £39 ones. Friday, the £100 ones. And is it this Friday, Chris, that you're doing the draw for the Q? The Gold Q Gardens? I am crapping myself over that. There's a couple of people that I've done a deal with that if they happen to win it, I might get it back. But outside of that, crapping myself. So yeah. Oh, it's a Franklin. Q is on the 12th. Okay. Rosalind Franklin this Friday. So if you haven't got your entries for that, please get them. They're £5 each, and everybody gets 1 free entry. I want to join Bay Hip, but not sure I can work it out on a monthly basis. I never know what's coming. Before we go, let me just explain something to you about that. Right? Now, you've had, and if you don't mind me using as an example, Lady Robbins, you've had 2 shots today at 30 quid with buying a £30 spin, which you've got a multiplier on, right? So that would be the equivalent of 2 months of pay hip at the £30 a month level, wouldn't it? 60 quid is what you've paid today. So 60 quid would get you 2 months membership. Now, the thing with pay hip and YouTube and Patreon is that at any point you can just stop. You know, it doesn't have to be because you don't like it anymore. It could be because, oh, this month I'm having a bit of a short month. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it this month. So you just cancel your membership, because you can go straight back on a month later and redo your membership. What makes the pay hip work, especially for people that have, how can I put it? People that seem to win regularly, and Lady Robbins is someone that wins regularly, for example, Fiona is, and some of you tend to win regularly, right? So for people that tend to win regularly, because they're in a lot of the draws, the pay hip subscription gives you the automatic permanent joker. So now you could win, for example, again, using Lady Robbins as an example. So today she's paid 30 quid and she's won 25 guesses, which has turned into 125 guesses because she got 5 times on the, forget the fact that I doubled that up, but she won 25 guesses, and then that was multiplied by 5. So the multiplier essentially tells you how many prizes you've won. In this case, it landed on 5, so she's got 5 prizes. Now, having a permanent joker, if you've got a pay it subscription, you can now pick one of the prizes that you can swap for, and that's 5 of them. So, for example, I know that one of the things you can do with a joker is swap for any Ups a Daisy prize. And in the Ups a Daisy, there are some bottles of Disney perfume, for example. 5 prizes means you could swap for 5 bottles of perfume. Or you can swap, if you've got a joker, you can swap for £25 worth of raffle credit. So that 5 prizes would have given you £125 worth of raffle credit, which you could then use to win yourself a gold Rosalind Franklin or whatever. So from a pay it point of view, the pay it is almost, it's a no for people that tend to win regularly. Pay it subscription is a no-brainer. You know, people like Kian, for example, you win regularly, £30 a month. It's a no-brainer because then you get to swap and you'll win something and you think, yeah, I don't really want that, but I'll have that. I'll have a Peter Pan coin because I know I can sell that. You know, and therefore the money that you're making out of the stuff that you're selling because you're winning regularly more than pays for the pay it subscription. You know, so that's why the pay it works. The gold membership on Patreon slightly different because I've done it so that your gold membership on there gets you 2 spins a month, but you don't get the multiplier with that. On pay it, you'll get the multiplier. So you could pay 30 quid and you could win 25 guesses. Let's say that's the worst prize, right? So 30 quid, 25 guesses, put the multiplier on, you get the lowest amount 3 times. You've won 75 guesses, but that's 3 prizes because it's 3 times. So you can then go on and you can pick 3 Ups a Daisy prizes or 3 of the prizes that you're allowed to swap for, you know, and make it better for you in that way. There you go. So that's some of the things that you can put it on full screen if you want for a second before we go, Chris. Now you've got it up. You know, so you can swap for £25 raffle credit, a change checker, a brilliant uncirculated Peter Rabbit, 10 blank coin sheets, or a Peter Pan coin. So, so there you go. You know, it makes it totally worthwhile having that permanent joker. And that joker's costing you £30 a month. Well, it's costing you nothing when you think about it, because for the £30, you're getting a super wheel spin with the multiplier. And you can't tell me that if somebody's got just the £30 membership on Pay It, right, every month for 12 months, you can't tell me that you can spin the wheel, the multiplier, 12 times and only ever get 3. I don't believe that for a second. I think if you spin that multiplier 12 times, you're going to end up with a 7, a 6, a 5. You're going to end up with probably some 3s. Yeah, of course you are, because there's more 3s on the wheel than there are 4s. There's more 4s on the wheel than there are 5s. More 5s on the wheel than there are 6s. And there's more 6s on the wheel than there are 7s. More 7s on the wheel than there are 8s. More 8s than 9s. And more 9s on the wheel than there are 10s, because there's only one 10. I think there's 2 9s. 3 8s. Chris's last one was 5 times. So I try and make them what I call no-brainers, to make it like so that people look at it and go, actually, it's crazy me not being on there. You know, I mean, I used to say to Kian, it's crazy for you not to be a gold member on YouTube. And I would still say now, it's crazy for you not to be a £30 member on Pay It. If you win regularly, it is a no-brainer, absolutely, because now you get a choice of swapping. So it's worth thinking about. And like I say, you can stop and start. So if you have a couple of lean months, you come off it. And then if, you know, your money goes back up again, it's like, oh, I'll go back on that now. The Pay It £30 a month should be an important thing. It's like, I really need that. That's something I need for my business, because I win regularly. So that is something I definitely need for my business. So, you know, I need to sell something for 30 quid a month to pay for it. Do you know what I mean? That would be one way of looking at it. Is like, out of your sales from the stuff that you get from me, Take 30 quid of that and use it on Pay It. I would recommend everybody and anybody to have the £30 on Pay It. And if I get too many, then I'll have to like draw a line under it and say I can't have any more memberships, because if you think about it, there's only so many customers that I could personally deal with who's going to be texting me and emailing me after a show saying, oh, I want to swap this for that and I want to swap that for this. You know, I couldn't handle, supposing I had 50 people on it, I couldn't handle that. That would be far too much work. 50 people contacting me 3 times a week going, I want a sheet of coins, I don't want that. I want some guesses, I don't want that, I want this. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. So it is literally a seriously exclusive part of the exclusive club. I can only do so many Pay It members with a permanent joker. But I'm doing it because I want a specific income coming in that I can rely on, you know, from my end. So there you go. Try it next month, see how it goes. You've convinced me now. That's it. I hope I've convinced everybody. It's like, it's an important part of it. It's as important a part of your business buying into the gold on YouTube, the gold on Patreon. That is an absolute no-brainer. For 50 quid a month, you get 2 £30 spins and you're in 24 draws a month. Gold is no-brainer on Patreon. And a £30 Pay It, no-brainer. They are as important for your business as a washcloth is to a window cleaner. They are as important for your business as a shelf full of chocolates is to a garage. Imagine going into a garage and they've got no chocolates whatsoever, no drinks in the fridge. You go, that's mental. You really need to be investing in some chocolates and some drinks in the fridge. You know, I see it. Gold on YouTube, gold on Patreon, and a £30 Pay It are 3 things that I see as absolutely crucial to your business if you're making money out of what you're doing with me. They are absolutely crucial. And the people that see that are the people that are going to earn more money. That I guarantee you. Absolutely guarantee you. Take that to the bank, as they say. Right then, for the 12th time, that's it. Thank you, Chris, very much for being there. I've got to say, you know, Chris Dyer, I mean, it's been over a year now. I don't know if you people know that. It's been over a year now that Chris has been there like a backbone of this for me and has helped me so much. To the point where I can honestly say I could not have got this far if it wasn't for Chris. You know, and I'm welling up just thinking about it. I am so grateful to you, Chris, for everything that you've done and continue to do without complaint. No complaint whatsoever. And, you know, half the time you're in pain doing it. And I don't undervalue that. And I certainly couldn't have got where we've got now without you. So I am so grateful. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for being there. You know, it's, we're going to be all right, we are. We're going to be all right. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you all later. Bye for now. Bye for now.
The Great British Coin Hunt, we got what you want. We got gold and silver, seems everyone's a winner. It's so elementary, you get one free entry. Every single raffle, make your collection dazzle. TGBCH raffle.com. TGBCH raffle.com.